Hi, back from footballboost.co.uk, and today we're going to do a cleaning video on the brand new Nike Hypervenom Phantom Intense Heat Edition. This is the first generation Hypervenom Phantom and it's part of Nike's new spring and summer collection. As you can see, the boots are pretty muddy. We've been playing on some pretty muddy pitches, and I'll just knock off the excess mud on top of the boot and on the soles of the boots. So I'll quickly do that now. So I've just knocked off the excess mud on the upper and on the sole of the boots. So I'll just tell you exactly what you need to clean the Hypervenom Phantom. It's pretty simple, and like most synthetic boots, you'll just need your standard toothbrush for the sole plate and your standard rag for the upper, and a hand towel to dry them off after. And if you want to go hard out, you can actually grab a bit of newspaper and put the newspaper in the boots before you start cleaning, so all the excess water that gets inside the boots manages to be absorbed by the newspaper. And sort of lukewarm water, not boiling hot water and not cold water, just medium temperature water. So yeah, we'll go right into it and I'll show you the best way to clean it. So the first thing we do is just weten the cloth a little and just easily wipe off the mud on the Nike Skin upper. So yeah, the Hypervenom Phantom is an agility boot by Nike. It's their latest and newest range out of their 4 boots, and it's headlined by the likes of Wayne Rooney, Neymar, Robert Lewandowski, Isco, heaps of players. But as you can see, like most synthetic boots, with the cloth and a wet and a bit of water, you can get the mud off quite easily. The Hypervenom actually features a Nike Skin upper, which as you can see is quite easy to clean, but if I bring it up close, you can see like in between the little honeycomb pods, you get little mud that sort of potentially hard to get out. So just with a bit of hard cleaning, that should be okay. And occasionally the Hypervenom will actually stain that mud color, but that's not if you don't take your boots take care of your boots properly. So with the wet rag, just keep wiping the your Nike Skin upper clean. It's doing a pretty good job. Don't need any other tools to actually clean the Hypervenom Phantom. It's working out pretty good. So the Hypervenom consists of a Nike Skin upper. It's got several layers to it. So there's a honeycomb mesh layer, and there is a Nike Skin layer on top, plus ACC as well. And really it's quite a simple boot to clean. Nothing which can get in your way of cleaning the boot. As you can see, it looks pretty good from the angle of the camera. And yeah, I would have to say the upper is a little bit difficult to clean in between these honeycomb layers, but overall it's really quite easy to clean. Nothing too strenuous, nothing too hard to clean. And yeah, as you can see, the upper of the Hypervenom is shiny clean. Just to get the excess water off, I'll just wipe it down with a dry hand towel. And yeah, have a look at that, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I'll attack the sole plate with a toothbrush. It's important that you clean the sole with the toothbrush and not the rag. Toothbrush usually does the job with any boot you've got. As you can see, the toothbrush does the job as well. Mud sliding off pretty easy. It's important to note that you don't attack the sole where the sole meets the upper with the toothbrush, as you can actually open up the gap between the sole and the upper, and that means mud will get in there, and if you get mud in there, the gap's only going to increase. So the sole plate with the toothbrush, and the upper with the rag, and where the upper meets the sole, you clean that with the rag too, just to prevent any sort of excess mud getting into that gap where the sole can separate from the upper. But yeah, that is a clean Hypervenom Phantom. Little bits of mud here and there, but nothing you can, nothing which is hard to clean out of the boots. So there we have it, one sparkly clean Hypervenom Phantom. The Hypervenom Phantom is relatively easy to clean, but can be a little bit annoying at times. See how the mud can get into these spots onto the honeycomb layer? That's the only minor problem you get with cleaning the Hypervenom Phantom. It's a bit harder to clean than, say, the Adidas F50. We've got a cleaning video on that, and as well as the Magista Opus, cleaning video on that too. You can check those videos out now if you want. So I'll just clean the right foot of the Hypervenom Phantom and see how quickly we can actually clean it. So bear with me, I'll just hit the upper with the rag pretty quickly. So in my eyes, this is probably one of the best Hypervenom Phantom colorways out there that has been released by Nike. It's certainly one of the brightest. I just think the Volt and the purple colorways sort of combine together to form one of the best looking colorways. If you really want to stand out on the pitch, then this Hypervenom Phantom could be the one for you. I'd definitely wear it. I'm a player with wide feet, so it's a little bit of a concern if I wanted to wear the Hypervenom Phantom, but it is a quality boot and it's just one of the best boots on the market if you are a striker / winger and you want to score heaps of goals like Neymar, Wayne Rooney, Lewandowski. So yeah, there's the upper clean within minutes. Get to the sole plate with the toothbrush. So yeah, the Hypervenom has a nylon chassis, which is not the softest, not the most flexible uppers on the market, but it is, like most boots, you just give it a bit of braking time and the chassis will actually loosen up for you pretty easily, and it'll just be just as good as a speed boot, just as good as the Mercurial Superfly or Mercurial Vapor 10. And yep, sole plate and upper clean, just dry it off quickly. This is a bit of a rough job. You probably can do a better job at home, but yeah, you get my picture. And if you treat the Hypervenom Phantoms with a lot of care and time, it should last you a long time, you know. Just like any boot, the more time you put into cleaning it and taking care of it, the longer it will last. And the Hypervenom Phantom definitely is no exception to that principle. The drying process is pretty simple. Immediately after you clean them, you just get the hand towel and dry them off. But what you do after you've cleaned them is that you just put them in a dry place, not in direct sunlight, not in front of a heater or anything, as the boots can shrink if you put them in front of a heater too quickly, if they dry too quickly. But yeah, it's like a synthetic boot. It's not going to take too much time to actually fully dry. It's going to be quite easy to keep them clean and keep them maintained. The little problem again, just with the little mud getting in those honeycomb patches, but that's generally not going to be a massive problem. And yeah, one thing to note, if you wanted to clean the laces, it's best if you unlace them, put them in the washing machine and say like a pillowcase, and just get them fully clean. It's actually hard to clean laces just with a toothbrush, so it's just take the laces out if you want to clean them properly. And yeah, that's it. Another method you can do to dry these boots out is actually get a bit of newspaper, fill the boot. You can do this before you start cleaning, or you can do it after. Just chuck it in after, and the newspaper should collect any excess water that was that went inside the boot during the cleaning process. And that's it pretty much with the Nike Hypervenom Phantom cleaning. It's a pretty simple boot. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. We've also got cleaning videos on the Magista Obra, which has been quite popular on our channel, as well as the Mercurial Superfly, which we also put in the washing machine, the Adidas F50, the Nike Magista Opus, Predator Instinct, and many more.